quality. All right, not gonna lie, that was a little scary. I had a little too much tension on the jack and it was lifted up a little too high, and put a little heat to it and popped right out. I think I might have pooped my pants on that one. But everything's all good. I put a nice little dent in my roof. But other than that, we're all good. So we're having a bit of technical difficulties this week. I sat down yesterday being Saturday, sat down to edit the video, and all of the footage for some reason from my camera has no audio. I have no idea why. I've started recording, tested it, everything works fine, but all the footage from this week has nothing. So I'm gonna go back through, show you guys what I did on the car this week. There's not really a whole lot. I feel like it doesn't look like I did a whole lot, but I went back and welded out a bunch of stuff that I had just tacked. So that took some time, and then we added some other things here and there. So I'll take you guys back through, show what I did, and hopefully this doesn't happen again. I'm still super new at making videos, so I'm trying to catch the issues when they happen. But most of the time I'm just focused on what I'm doing and getting the work done and not really on recording. So starting up front, we got the customer to get the small RC winch for the front. I think it makes a huge difference, looks a lot better up front. That way you can see the headlights, and we're probably gonna end up adding some kind of bull bar or tube structure up front, mount a little LED light bar for some extra lighting up front. Going back from there, I did all 4 hood pins, tabs, little mounts, mounted the power steering reservoir back here. Got all of that stuff welded the battery tray, mounted the headlights, and the grill's just sitting loose in here. It fits absolutely perfect around these headlights, and the headlights kind of are just holding it right now. I'm going to end up doing some 3/8 round bar stock that comes off of this tube, kind of bends forward, and then do a tab off of where these mounting holes are. Same thing with the bottom ones. And then we'll mount the little mesh insert that goes right in here with the little Toyota emblem on it. In the cab, we got the driver and passenger seat mounts all finished up and welded. Ended up getting a shorter steering column in here. The one I had in here for mock-up was just way too long, so got the new steering column, quick release on there, welded the orbital mount. I've still got to go back in and build a pedal. I know I talked about that in the last video. I didn't get around to doing that yet this week, but the plan is to build a matching brake pedal to what the gas pedal looks like. Got the accessory switch panel mounted up here. I still got to finish the bottom section of the center console down here. He's going to have a cup holder right here, and then probably the ignition and starter switch back here. Still waiting on my 1-inch tube die for the transfer case shift levers that are going to come up from here and be right about in this position. Console's pretty much finished. I got it all tabbed. Got the Zeus buttons all in there. Welded the other side of the console. I've got to do a little bit of finish cleanup work on the console, but it's pretty much done. Like I talked about in the last video, I'm gonna weld the whole outside of this to make it look nice and clean. Went ahead and final welded the radiator mounts and then added the radiator reservoir on the side here. This will all be covered up. We'll do a panel on the side that's got the arch of the wheel well back in here, and this section will be covered up. The panel will probably come back just a little bit and then start to arch back from there, tabbed off of this. So this will be covered. But I figured that was a good little spot to put the reservoir right next to the radiator cap. Back here we finished out the fuel cell cradle, welded it all together, added the tabs for the straps, got that all bolted down. And then we added some lacing tubes back under here. We're gonna build a little tray that goes on top of this for tools and whatever else he wants to store back here. And then back here, this is probably one of my favorite parts of this car. We did the hood and grill, but reusing the factory one of the barn doors that were on the back of the FJ, I think is super cool because we were able to build a new chassis out of all his old parts, and to reuse a body panel like this, I think is just super cool because it just makes it that much more part of the old car. So we just did simple little brackets and barrel hinges just welded, and then we were able to reuse the factory latch so that when you have your little tool tray back here, we'll probably do it to where it's three-sided, and then just open on the back. That way with the door closed, your tray is enclosed. If you had a heavy little ice chest or something that you wanted to just put up in here, there's not like a wall you have to lift it over, like a tube you have to lift it over. You can just pick it up and put it right in there. Then the radiator just had the standard hose outlets on it when we got it. So I cut the old fittings off, welded the new -16 fittings on. I always like to, when the radiator's in the rear, run ANs. I think it's just the cleanest and safest way to run cooling lines. And then that brings me to the reason why the video started the way it did. I pulled the original water neck off of this water pump, and there's many different methods to getting these out. Most consist of cutting it, trying to get some like channel locks or a pipe wrench or something on it, twisting it, finagling it out of there. Most of them just absolutely destroy this, and then you end up having to get the pieces out of there and everything. So I opted to a method that a friend of mine told me about, is drilling a hole, putting a bolt through it, and then with the water pump installed on the motor, just get your engine hoist and try to pull this out, and it should just come right out. My issue was I had a little too much tension on it, got it up a little too high. It was not moving at all, so I put a little heat to it, and I didn't realize how high I had jacked the jack up. So as soon as it started to come, it just shot out. So fortunately, this becoming a projectile didn't hit anything. The bolt that was in it or this didn't hit anything important. It just shot up, hit the roof, and then landed outside somehow. I have no idea how that happened, but yeah, we're fortunate that we're all good. So now I'm gonna weld the new -16 and fitting on top of this, and then we ordered the new thermostat housing that's a -16 AN for that. So that'll swap both of those over to a -16, and then we'll just be able to run our lines directly from these two to the inlet and outlet on the radiator. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the Class Act family got a little bit bigger this week. We got a new pup. Oh. Everybody meet Henry. You know Diesel, but this is our new pup, Henry. We think he's about a year old, but he's absolutely huge. And we took him to the vet the other day and they told us he's still growing, so he's gonna be a big pup. But he's just a lover. He loves to just lay on the floor and hang out while I'm working. And he loves the scratchies. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. So I think that's just about it. Doesn't really seem like I got a whole lot done this week, but I welded a lot of like little pieces that took some time, and then just figuring other little things out here and there. So we're getting closer and closer. The list of things to put on the car, like component wise, is getting smaller and smaller. So as soon as we've got everything on the car, I think this next week, I'm gonna pull the axles out, final weld all the bracketry and stuff on the axles that I haven't done yet. Go full droop and full compression measure for drive shafts. The carrier bearings mocked up and I called the drive shaft shop. They're ready for it. So as soon as I get those measurements, I'll pull the axles, build the actual links. These ones are still just mock-up links that are just tacked. And we gotta swap them over to 2-inch 250 wall for the lowers, and then 1.5-inch 120 wall for the uppers. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the update on this. It's getting there. Hopefully only a couple more episodes and we'll be test driving this thing. So keep it classy and I'll see you guys next week.